Hi guys, it's Moody here, and I had to record this battle like 3 times before it actually recorded, so my bad. And this is going to be a lot of talking space in the beginning that I actually don't need. So, I've been lazy. Well, not lazy, I had finals all of last week, so I'm done with that, so I'm done with my first semester. So that's fun, and, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about except until with the okay. First of all, I'm actually doing a UU match here. That's pretty new, I guess. I downloaded a database and chose some pokes, and then I realized, hey, I brought 3 scarfed Pokemon. This isn't gonna end well for me. So, my first scarfed Pokemon was a Darmanitan, and he is off with Darmanitan. So I figure he's probably scarfed, but I figure I'm gonna stay in and kind of hope for the speed. Tie if there is one, because I didn't really have a safe switch in, or at least I didn't think so. I was fearing U-turns, and honestly, I didn't really have something that I wanted to take a hit, so I felt like the appropriate switch in right now is in Milotic, and you know what Milotic is? It's also Scarf, and I love this set. So he goes into Zapdos, and here I'm like, I know he's gonna Thunderbolt me, so I'm gonna go into Flygon. So if he's Scarfed, then he's gonna have to switch. If he's not Scarfed, he's gonna go for a Hidden Power Ice. So I'm safe to U-turn and see what kind, see if he has leftovers first of all. And I figure it would be safe to go into Milotic this turn, and predicting the Hidden Power Ice. So he goes for the Hidden Power Ice, and I'm like, yeah, predictions. However, I also find out that he's not choiced, clearly, and instead he's Life Orb. So I'm pretty safe here, so I decided to go for the Hydro Pump as opposed to the Ice Beam, because I thought with the base attack and the stab that Milotic got from Hydro Pump, it might do more, and that did not take it out. I was upset, however, I love that he mispredicted and went for the Hidden Power Ice, so that Milotic, I think, caught him off guard. I'm very happy with that, so I just went for the second Hydro Pump. There's no reason for me to switch. There's also not really much of a reason for him to switch, except that I also didn't bring Stealth Rocks on this team, so that's fabulous. I brought a Pharaoh Seed, which I kind of assumed had Stealth Rocks, which it really didn't, so I'm like, bleh. So I went into Darmanitan thinking I could just U-turn it. I didn't really predict the Thunder Wave. I kind of forgot it had it, because I know they can also carry Toxic, I think. So I wasn't sure, so oh well, this thing's gonna be basically useless to me now. So he knows I'm a physical Pokemon, so he's just gonna set up a Reflect, and I completely forgot about that later in the match, which is why I like mess up, I guess. So I also went into my Lilligant, whatever you call this. Just hoping I can get off a Sleep Powder, at least get it to sleep, and then set up on it if I can, because that'll also be great. Because I'm kind of assuming he might not have both screens. He's going to have a form of recovery. He already has Reflect, Thunder Wave. He's probably going to have one attacking move, Psychic, and then I don't think he's going to have another light screen. So I felt like bringing in a especially offensive Pokemon might help in this scenario. And here he goes into Flygon, which I later find out actually isn't Scarfed, but I was scared that it was going to be Scarfed since most of them are, so I figure I will sacrifice Darmanitan. He's paralyzed anyway, he won't offer much use to me. And he goes for a U-turn, so that also is not very effective. So, you know, just in case he went for like an Outrage or a Fire Blast, I was pretty safe going into that. So I just let Sharpedo kill me off. So because I figure I don't need Darmanitan anymore. And on the next turn, goddamn Reflect. On the next turn, I can go into Mew safely. I know I can survive one Crunch, and it's very crucial that I can get off my Will-O-Wisp here, because then that Torpedo is basically useless, no matter how many speed boosts it gets. So I'm glad I get the burn off him, and I figure this turn, I'm not really sure. It's so iffy. I don't know if I can survive one or not. It's just like too chancy, so I think I'm gonna switch into Pharaoh Seed this turn and that's gonna be the appropriate. That's a pretty good play because it's even if he goes for a waterfall or a crunch, then I'm pretty safe, and he gets hit with iron barbs and fire damage. So this Sharpedo, I'm not worried about its speed boost no longer. So he's gonna switch out into his Hitmonchan, and I'm clearly going to predict the fighting type moves from this little guy. So at least I got the Leech Seed off, which is going to help me so much in this game later on. I'm so glad I had Leech Seed on this thing, even though I didn't have Stealth Rocks and I had Spikes instead of Stealth Rocks. So I'm predicting the fighting move. And I go into Mew. He goes for the Fire Punch, which leaves me at 12 hit points. And then I'm so glad I survived, because now I get Leftovers damage and I get Leech Seed damage, which is going to be like crucial, because normally if I went, I'd outspeed him. If I could get off a Willow or something, I would outspeed him with a Psychic or whatever, but or Roost. My bad. But because of that Leech Seed, I was able to I can't talk today. Able to survive the Mach Punch, which is fantastic, because my Mew, I need my Mew around in order to status his other Pokemon and whatnot, and now I know that his Sharpedo can't really do much to me anyway, and I have my Ferroseed and whatever, so I go for the Willow again, and because I outspeed, I know he's not scarfed right now, which kind of, upsets me, because I could have outsped it with Lilligant prior to this. So that's okay. He's got a burnt Flygon now, which is perfect, because Flygons are never really special. They're usually physical, especially this one, since it has U-Turn, Earthquake, Outrage, and whatever else. So I know I can bring in my Milotic. I'm already scarfed, however, he knows that, so he's going to go into his Hitmonchan and go for the Mach Punch. I'm predicting the Mach Punch, and I go into my Mew, because I know he can't touch my Mew. And that is also going to give me an opportunity to heal up if I'd like, or get off another Will-O-Wisp, predicting switch in, or if he doesn't switch. However, I do go for the Willow. He's going to go into Oh, I don't go for the Will-O-Wisp. I go for the Psychic. I figure it's best for me to attack at this point. That is great because I get to kill off his Zapdos. So his Zapdos came in as fodder, and Mew continues butt-fucking himself with his little tail there. I always thought that animation was freaking weird. So it goes into his Darmanitan. I'm not really taking a chance here. I'm just predicting the U-turn because it's going to be super effective. So go into my Milotic. Milotic did enough work. He almost killed Zapdos. Scarfed, caught him by surprise, did some work, did a decent amount of damage to Cresselia too. I'm proud of Milotic. So as he goes into Hitmonchan, I can easily go into Mew and counter that because after he U-turns, he has the first whatever pick. So I went the typical Psychic. He predicted that I went to Cresselia. Which is going to be a pain in the ass. I don't want to deal with Cresselias, especially since I don't really have anything that's super effective against it. So I figure, in any case, if it wakes up soon, I'm going to taunt it to prevent it from healing, prevent it from Thunder Waving, and prevent it from setting up a Reflect. So the only thing it will be able to do is either Ice Beam or Psychic Beam, whatever it has. I don't know yet at this point. So I felt like that was okay. I felt like I can go into my Flygon now and U-turn because he won't be able to do anything to me. However, I honestly thought that he was going to switch here, which is why I did not go for the U-turn and went for the Earthquake. Because the first time I brought in Flygon, he predicted that and went into Darmanitan. I wanted to be able to Earthquake the Darmanitan, but that did not happen. Boo-hoo. Like, if you know I'm gonna U-turn, why do you stay in? You just didn't. And now, since I'm choiced, I had to move. I had to switch. So, I went into my Ferroseed, knowing he's probably gonna set up a Reflect. What I can do, though, is Leech Seed it so that it negates the effects of its leftovers at the very least. So, I think I go for a Leech Seed here. And he goes into his Darmanitan. No, I go for a Thunder Wave. Yes, I predicted that. Oh, I thought, okay, I got this. Like, this battle is kind of old, but kind of not. right. I predicted that, and I was like, yes, he's gonna switch, because he can't really touch me with Cresselia. And I predicted the Flare Blitz and went into Flygon, so Flygon lives with 5. Oh my goodness, he's such a baller. However, here I did not realize that he had the Reflect up. I figured, okay, Outrage, it's definitely gonna kill it, and then I completely forgot he had Reflect up, and unfortunately that's why Flygon dies, but it's a paralyzed Darmanitan, that's okay with me, so pretty much anything I bring out is going to outspeed it. So I bring out my Mew, because I know that his Sharpedo is still burned, which it can't really do anything to me. He has a Hitmonchan with Mach Punch, which is not going to do a lot to me. He has a Cresselia, which I can taunt, so I figure Mew is my best bet right here. So he goes into his Sharpedo. I don't know why I thought that I might end up going second, but he goes for the Crunch, and that's whatever. It does not do that much to me. However, I get the defense drop, which does not make me very happy. So it's very unfortunate. I kind of wasted a turn there. So I was not very happy about that. He gets his speed boost now, so he'd outspeed me. So with the defense drop, I don't want to chance it anymore. I go into my Pharaoh Seed again, because I already know that he doesn't have anything for it with this Pokemon. And I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here. I think it's the Leech Seed. He gets another speed boost and a burn, and he's going to switch now back into Hitmonchan. I already know that every time I bring out Pharaoh Seed, he brings out Hitmonchan, so I need to get rid of that Hitmonchan. So I need to keep my Mew around in order to get rid of this Hitmonchan. That's all I know. So luckily I went for the Leech Seed. I get back my health. I switch out. If he's going to go for Fire Punch or Mach Punch or whatever fighting type move, Fire Punch again, then I will definitely live it. I'll also gain back some health while taking some health away from him. And he also has Life Orb, and I would normally outspeed him too, if that counts for anything, if he wants to switch. But luckily, the Leech Seed is enough to take him out, so bye-bye Hitmonchan. Luckily, that means my Pharaoh Seed is not going to have any counters, really. He's got this Flygon, it's already burned, so I figure I'm going to take this opportunity and roost up the damage, because I know he can't touch me. He's probably going to go for a U-turn, but since he's burned, that's really not going to do a lot at all, because it's a Mew, guys. Mew's so cute and adorable. I love Mew. I did not realize how much I loved Mew until I used it in this battle. He did so much for me. He did so. I picked such random Pokemon. I didn't know what I was doing. This is like more for fun. So he's got this burnt Sharpedo. I don't want to take a Crunch, and I already know that since Hitmonchan is out, then I can go safely into my Pharaoh Seed, and all he's left with is a Sharpedo and a Cresselia, I believe. So that means with the next burn, he's probably going to die, which he does. So I believe, oh god, I forgot about this. I forgot about the Flygon. I don't know. I felt like I could stay in, even if, like, I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if he'd have a fire move or not, but I decided to stay in just in case, you know. And he ended up going for an Earthquake. I guess he has all physical moves, but he's probably Adamant since he's Choiced, but he's not Choice Scarfed. I assume he's Adamant, so he might not even carry Fire Blast. So I felt safe staying in, just leech seeding him. And this Earthquake brings me down to 36. It's not a lot. However, it's not a lot, and it is a lot because now his last Pokemon is Cresselia, and he is going to go for a Psychic, and I'm going to be left with 13 hit points. And now I get to Leech Seed him, so I'm going to be gaining back more health than he's doing to me. So over the next course of this whole battle, there is just a lot of stall. However, this Pharaoh Seed triumphs over the ugly, stupid ass Cresselia, the thing that always bothers me. So I'm so glad, so glad I have Leech Seed on this thing. And even with the special defense drop, he's not doing enough to be able to take me out. My main goal with this Pharaoh Seed was to be able to get that Cresselia as low as possible before I go down and try and avoid having him restore health. Although that would be kind of difficult with the Pharaoh Seed, but I know that it's negating his leftovers recovery at the very least. So I can Gyro Ball him, I can Leech Seed him, it's going to slowly wear him down, but that's the main goal. And if he decides to rest or heal up or whatever, then over time anyway, I'm going to get some health back from Leech Seed, and it's just going to be a really long process, but he would be smart not to try and stall it out, because I also have a Lilligant or something, and some other Pokemon at this point, and this Pharaoh Seed is already back at half, and the Cresselia is like almost dead. I think it dies this turn, which makes me so happy being able to take out Cresselia. Oh my goodness, if it wasn't for that Leech Seed, that would be so annoying being left with that little health, but this little Pharaoh Seed triumphed over the Cresselia, so that made my day. He's so adorable. I love Pharaoh Seed, and that is the match, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and this UU match was so much fun. I want to do some more of these, so that's about it, guys, and bye bye.